Why New York Sucks. A blog by Tara Jones, and this is a throwback. Well written while I was in LA, so prior to Star Wars. Throwback. How do you like them apples? I don't. Why New York Sucks. It's always a sad time when a near and dear loved one decides it's time for them to spread their wings and journey out to the far and distant land, totally screwing up your talk plan. Now, there are a few ways to handle this situation. You can accept this for what it is, an important step in their growing experience and necessary part of their life. You can help them pack and do your best to emotionally support them in their journey, offering them a tearful yet accepting goodbye. For those of you who are not quitters, there's other options. Now, for legal reasons, I can no longer have access to nets, duct tape, handcuffs, boating supplies, or rope with the intent of using it to detain, kidnap, or distress any living individual. So, while that does seem like the logical solution to this problem, unfortunately for me, it's out. Instead, I encourage verbal persuasion. Find out where they're moving and start researching why it sucks. In my case, my friend Chloe is moving to New York, so here it is, the top 5 reasons why the mealy apple is real dumb. The weather. Number 1. Wow, we get it. You like misery. Something about old country appealed to your soul, and like Rick Ross, you are bound to want to push it to the limit. When the weather starts to resemble what I'm going to call the 7-Eleven toaster burrito dilemma, in which the burrito or area in this case is either scorching hot or freezing cold or simultaneously both, ask your flip-flop snow jacket itself, why did you do this? And then please, oh please, do not picture me in LA, sunbathing next to Jake Gyllenhaal, eating avocado cocktails by the poolside, no matter how many picture texts I've just sent you. My little Eskimo, I feel your pain. This ice in my margarita can at times be a bit nippy on the fingers. So as I place it on the table and rub sunscreen into Jake's back, know that I'm with you in spirit. Shudjon. My apologies right now to Jake Gyllenhaal. You were just someone I knew that lived in LA. Rats. So a while ago, some people thought that the idea of getting giant African rats as pets were just swell. Unfortunately, the same presumably stoned morons who thought that it was a good idea to forget to keep the hinges on the beast cage, and they escaped. Now we have seen in prisoners, it's a natural reaction for any caged thing to cherish their freedom with a garnish of sexin. And a sexton these rats did make, despite their religious upbringing. They were not at all particular in their plight. They found whatever snooky quoting, gum chewing, line cutting rodent they could and made sweet, sweet love to it, resulting in what I'm going to call, politically correctly referred to as African American rats. These rats are huge. Picture Splinter, only with less sagely advice. But instead of turtles, they're partying with alligators in the sewers. Also in New York. Long story short, but ill. Disease. When my friends seemed unconvinced by the 2 previously stated arguments, I started to make shit up. I recommended this with Google Images as her guide. Tell your friend that they said a moving destination has been quarantined and there's no chance of entry. Then send them a convincing pictures of fumigation tents to seal the deal. In New York's case, the recent hurricanes helped generate more fear of the disease blowing about. She seemed skeptical. When I calmly and rationally explained to her that it was God using hurricanes and disease to punish the gays for their marriages, I could see her wheels begin to turn. That is a total joke, by the way. Totally a joke unto itself. Crime. It's not as cute as the Hamburglar made it out to be. The werewolf of Brooklyn existed, 100 years ago. But this serial killer went around eating children. You know that karma is going to be haunting that place for a while. Also, just ask them if they've heard about the thing that happens in their area. When they ask, just state, crime. Leave it like that. Do not explain yourself. In fact, walk away. It's an ear grenade that will detonate in its own time. Traffic. Unless you plan to actually ride one of those African American rats to work, and if you do, you can sure as hell expect a lawsuit. Then you're gonna have to drive. Ha 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 ha. Okay, I can't even get that statement out. You're not gonna drive. Because you can realistically grab your niece's scooter and one leg your way to work faster. This means unless you work down the block, which you don't, then you're gonna have to take the subway with this guy. There was a picture. When all else fails, I did what I always do. I turned to Nostradamus, also a joke. He predicted that biological warfare would demolish New York City in 2012, which realistically has something directly to do with this guy on the subway. However, at times, we cannot convince others not to leave, no matter how hard we try, and so we say bon voyage to dear friends. Happy travels, Godspeed, and just know the harassment doesn't stop at I'm leaving the state now. Because commitment, friendship, and even stalking are year round. P.S. I'm not actually against gay marriage, considering I'm already planning for my first divorce. That would be a bit hypocritical. But I do believe God is using various elemental attacks to ensure that we stop our sins. It's just basic math. A plus B equals we're all gonna be in a barbecue hell forever squared. Carry the 1 divided by rationality equals back to 0. What? Damn your tricks, Darwin. First the Finches and now this. Let me try again. Add a trinity divide by your tricks. Darwin! First the Finches and now this. Let me try again. Add a trinity divide by sacrament equals opiate of the masses. God damn it, Marx. When did you get here? Oh, great. I used the no word. Now I'm going to hell. Jesus Christ. Hey, guys. So what time's the barbecue? Do you need chips, or do I still need to be thoughtful? Again, I wrote this as an atheist.